Good morning, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. I've actually surprisingly been up for a little while, and me and my mom are not going to the flea market today. Both of us, you guys can still see my sunburn from yesterday. We both, I actually think I'm gonna probably still try and get to some stuff outside today, and maybe help my dad with some of the stuff that I can help with, but I got out of bed today and I was like, my legs are they were giving out. And my mom was not feeling great either, and so just from walking around even yesterday, just picking up the plants, going around to the what's it called, the greenhouse and that kind of stuff, when we were just walking around, she even doesn't feel that great from that. And so we ended up deciding we were going to go to the flea market tomorrow, and hopefully we both had a little bit of time to heal and kind of just muscles feel better and all that kind of stuff. So rest up and everything. So because there'll probably be some walking tomorrow as well, or for the flea market, so that's why we decided we'll just go tomorrow. So I do have though a Tony's Caputo's haul for you guys. My dad ended up going there this morning. He actually had another errand he had to run, so now that he's back, he's gonna get to some of the stuff that's on his list of things to do. And like I said, I wanted to yesterday, which I didn't get to because again, I didn't even make dinner last night. We're gonna do what I planned for dinner tonight, or yesterday tonight, because like I said, I was just so sore yesterday and just so tired. But we ended up actually getting takeout yesterday. But my goal yesterday was I want to try and do this every Friday, fill up the bird feeders, clean the hummingbird feeders, and refill those and everything like that. And I did that, I think, last Saturday. So I wanted to try and do it every Friday though, because I just feel like Friday's a little bit of a better day. Because Saturday, we might be doing all kinds of things. We might not be here. We might, whatever's going on. So I wanted to try and make it the same day every week. And I feel like Friday's a kind of good time because I can do it earlier in the day. Well, nobody's kind of here, or whatever. When, again, too, we probably won't be going or doing anything other than yesterday. But at the same time, too, if I need help with something, I can always get my dad to help me on Friday in the afternoon when he's, will be home for work for the weekend. That kind of stuff. So anyway, so I didn't get to that yesterday. So that's at least one thing I want to do. I will see how I feel about being able to pull out a lot of the weeds that are still in the garden today. But the other thing too is when my dad tills the vegetable garden bed, I need to get that stuff planted. So most likely I will have to do that today. So I don't know if I'm going to try and weed any of the other garden beds right now. And I actually don't look too horrible because I did do a decent job. I pulled out, there was tons of sticker bushes in there for some reason. I don't know. They used to actually be in the grass. Now that we've weed and feeded the grass, or weed and fed, I don't know, used the weed and feed in the grass, they're not in the grass anymore, but somehow they have managed their way into the vegetable garden bed. So it was just in one little spot where they came, you could definitely tell because there was kind of a couple of them around in the grass area. Then they started their way into the into the garden bed. Now they've kind of spread out among the garden bed. So I pulled all that out yesterday because I have to use super heavy duty gloves to pull that out. So I was like, I'm just gonna go around and pull all that out. Then I kind of worked in one area as well, but now that at least those are out of there and kind of some of the tall stuff, the garden bed actually doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look awesome because I only did maybe about a third or a fourth of it, but like I said, it does look somewhat better. So like I said, I am gonna try and get to something today at least. But since we're not going to the flea market, because the goal was kind of go to the flea market today, and then by tomorrow, again, I should be able to kind of be, again, well rested, I guess, for that. But even to today, like I was saying, it was just getting out of bed and my mom not feeling that great either. I was just like, yeah, maybe we just go tomorrow. So anyways, let me share with you guys though what my dad got from Tony's and Caputo's today. Right here was everything, actually not this. This was from Caputo's. So pretty much right here, these items are what we picked up from Tony's, or my dad did. He spent $40.66 plus tax, which was came to $42.08. And he ended up picking up, they had Gatorades. They were on sale for 99 cents. They were a limit of, or you had to buy 15 to get them at that price. So again too, it's a little expensive when you're figuring you have to spend about $15 to get them. But Gatorade, we traditionally do not see, especially not lately, have not seen these much more than, you know, or much less than $1. So I think that 99 cents for the Gatorades are a pretty good price. But again too, you do have to buy in bulk to get them at that price. So some of the other sports drinks we've been seeing for a little bit cheaper, like around sometimes 79, I think maybe even 69 cents to like 89 cents. So somewhere in there, a lot of times we've been seeing those, like I said, normally with like the Powerades and the like body armor, that kind of stuff. But since it is summer and again a lot of working outside to rehydrate, these are really awesome to have. Normally we get the zero for my mom, the zero sugar for my mom, but my dad said that they only had like 1 or 2 varieties, and I think it was kinds she didn't like. So these are all just going to be for Matthew and Jack. Like I said, we picked up 15 of those in total for about 15 bucks. And then the strawberries, they had these on sale for 99 cents. They were a limit of 2, so we picked up 2 of those for 99 cents. They also had lettuce was on sale for 99 cents, so we picked up a package of that. The only deal that was with the coupon was the Dutch Farm 2-pound bag of cheese. Now I had asked for mozzarella and Mexican style. However, my dad didn't read that, but then he said that they literally didn't have anything left. They either had the mild or the medium or whatever it was, or the sharp mild or the sharp cheddar cheese. So he just picked up 2 packages of mild cheese. So we didn't end up getting the 2 kinds I wanted, and now I have a ton of cheddar cheese, which is, I guess, a little unfortunate because I, like I said, have got another full 1-pound bag, plus we're using up partial 2-pound bag already. So we need a creative way to use up a lot of cheddar cheese. Like if it was mozzarella, I could be like, oh, we can do pizza or something like that, homemade pizza. I don't know what to do with like 4 pounds plus 5 pounds plus possibly another 6 pounds, like six full pounds of cheddar cheese right now. So like I said, I thought we were getting other variety because we're like out of Mexican style and very low in mozzarella. So anyways, these were on sale for $5.99 with the digital coupon. They were a limit of 2, so we picked up 2 of those. Like I said, I didn't really need the cheddar, but you know, again, whatever, we'll figure out a way to use it up. I guess we'll do like nachos or something. That's something we can do with a lot of cheddar cheese. So like I said, those were the only deal like with the coupon this week. You don't have to buy 2, but it is a limit of 2, so we went ahead and, like I said, got 2 of those. And then the they had a bunch of different like deli meats and cheeses on sale. Some weren't the best price, like the Eckrich hard salami, that was $5.99 a pound. Sometimes we'll see this cheaper, but got about a half pound for $2.91. The Stella provolone cheese was $3.99 a pound. I actually asked my dad for a pound, but he only picked up half pound because I think I put half pound down for everything else, so I think he just went with that. But that was $2.19. And then the Land O'Lakes American cheese, which this wasn't really a good price. This was $5.99 a pound. We got a half pound for $3.02, but I think we are getting close to being out of American style cheese, so we picked up some of that. And the Tony's Polish ham was $4.99 a pound. We got about a half pound for $2.74. And then also too, I think Jewel this week has turkey on sale, so I think I was going to pick up another like half pound of the turkey from Jewel potentially, or somewhere. I could have sworn I saw it on sale, so that's why I was like, okay, I'll get a half pound of this, half pound of that, and then a half pound of the other kind, and we'll have a pound and a half of meat for this week. So that was everything, like I said, from Tony's. Then over here at Caputo's, ended up spending only $8.07 after tax. So they had a couple coupon deals as well, but one thing that they had was, well, mainly they just had kind of produce sales going on, but red onions, because I haven't seen red onions on sale, like a pre-bagged red onions, but they did have the loose ones on sale for 59 cents. So I told my dad to get 5 because I thought they'd be a little bit smaller. However, they are not. They're huge. So that was about 3.5 pounds, close to it. It was $2.11, which I still think is cheaper than buying a pre-bagged like bag of red onions. So again, I thought that was a decent price. Limes were on sale $1 for 10 or 10 cents each. That was a pretty good deal. Cucumber was on sale for 50 cents, so we picked up one of those. Also too, because I normally mix romaine and like iceberg lettuce together, and sometimes we'll give some of it to the guinea pig, but that was $2 for the 3-count organic romaine lettuce, which was pretty good. And then also too, because the strawberries were on a limit of 2 at Tony's, I said get 2 at Caputo's also. A lot of times we buy in 4s when we get like strawberries or berries or whatever, and so these were only $3 and $3 for 2 or $1.50 each, so they were only about 50 cents more than at Tony's. And like I said, since they were a limit of 2, I just say go ahead and pick up another 2 over here. So in total, we only ended up paying about $5 between the 4 packages of strawberries, which again still is a really great price for strawberries. It's just I couldn't get 4 packages at Tony's, but again, still, like I said, between the 4 packages was a good deal. And then also too, they had eggs. This was the coupon deal that they had. They were 99 cents with a like a digital coupon, and they were a limit of 6. However, I told my dad just get 2 because honestly, egg prices are finally coming down. I've seen at now like Aldi and Walmart and stuff like that, they have been like, I think Aldi's prices maybe around like $1.29 or like something close to there. It's a little bit over $1. So still, if I'm seeing anything cheaper than that, I'll go ahead and pick it up. But like around $1 to like probably $1.25, I'll go ahead and get eggs at that price, because like I said, I know that like Aldi's price was somewhere close to there the last time I looked. So again, I thought that was a good deal because again, eggs have been fairly expensive, but we've been managed to still find some deals. But this is, compared to what I considered a good deal on eggs a few months ago, was like $2.50. Now that they're back down, 99 cents is almost like kind of a little expensive, just because even at some stores I can get almost close to that same price just at regular like retail price. So I didn't pick up a whole ton. We didn't need a whole ton either, but like I said, for 99 cents we went ahead and just picked up 2. But again, they are a limit of 6, so if you wanted to get 6, you always could. And Jack has been using and eating eggs a lot more recently. Like, he's been doing that for breakfast. So and he was like, can I just have whatever eggs are in the fridge? And I was like, go ahead, knock yourself out now that they're cheap again, you know. Like, we don't need to conserve eggs or anything, you know, because like I would use them up. I would, especially like if I was buying multiple packages, I'd be like, okay, whoever wants to use them, go ahead. But when we start to dwindle the supply of eggs a little bit, I'd be like, okay, like, you know, slow up on using them, because we don't, you know, they're expensive right now. And it was funny too, because I saw somebody posted like about, oh, you know, somebody was asking, like, in their family was asking for like an omelet or something like that, and they suggested, why don't we just get steak, because it's cheaper right now than eggs. So like that was kind of the thing. If I had bought a bunch in bulk, I'd be like, okay, yeah, go ahead and use them up. But then again too, if we were running out, or, you know, again, whatever, I would just be like, okay, like, you know, we can't use them all up, because again, they were getting expensive. And again, when I consider, now I could get them for almost $1 each. I was almost paying, you know, like, get 4 packages would be almost $10 back then. Now it's like $4. So like I said, a lot cheaper, which is a really good, you know, much better prices. But you know, now we can kind of use them at free will a little bit more, because if we run out, we can just always go and grab them at the store, instead of only, you know, at, like I said, retail price, instead of just being like, I can only get them when they're on sale. Because if not, like, again too, they were like $3.49 at one point, I think, at Aldi. Like, that was retail price, like regular price. So I was getting sales where I was getting them for like $2.50 was like a good deal. And so like I said, that's why when they're almost $4 a dozen, you can't just go and, you know, like I said, use them up at, like, you know, whenever. Had to be for specific things, like if you're like, I really need to bake a cake, or, you know, again, whatever it was that we needed eggs for, something like that. So again, I'm happy that eggs are a little bit, you know, somewhat lower in price now again. So anyways, that was everything we picked up. Like I said, I'm gonna go and get this stuff put away and then get out to whatever else I'm planning on doing for today. Well guys, it is pretty much bedtime for me. I am going to brush my teeth and get to bed. I already took a shower because I was outside getting all kinds of dirty and muddy and just gross from planting everything in the vegetable garden bed, which was awesome. I got that all done. I actually kind of got done everything today that I wanted to. The only thing that's still kind of on my to-do list is to finish weeding the front flower bed. I didn't finish that today, but it was a long day. I got, like I said, a lot of stuff done. So you guys already saw, my dad went to Tony's and Caputo's. We ended up, you know, I put all that stuff away. Then, like, right after that, I ended up going outside. I went into the vegetable garden bed. Ended up planting everything we bought, all of our, like, you know, our plants, like I said, we bought. And then, like, the you know, the potted plants, and then also to all the seeds that we also have. So we'll have, like, we have one zucchini that's already planted, you know, like that we got from the store. And then we had seeds, so we'll probably get like a later harvest also in some of the zucchini as well. So like I said, there was a couple instances where we kind of had that, like I think maybe I had cucumber, I don't think I had cucumber seeds, but like we did get basil, and then I also did basil seeds, so we'll see if any of the seeds come up, because I haven't, it's weird, other than I think the chives, I honestly want to say chives I did not buy last year. I just planted them from seed. They came back in full force, and then I moved them, and they're still looking awesome. So like I dug them up from where they were and moved them, and they're, like I said, they still look awesome. So that we ended up, you know, like I planted everything. We wrote everything out, like where everything is planted, so hopefully I have an idea of what everything is. And then I also planted like our strawberries, like all that stuff. So what my dad still has to do is get mulch, and then we have to mulch the beds. That would be the last thing really for the vegetable garden bed. And then when I was done with that, I ended up watering all of it. So all of the vegetable garden bed ended up getting watered. Then I ended up being like, okay, do I want to do anything else? Do I not want to do anything else? You know, I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to weed the front garden bed. And I was like, honestly, after yesterday's events too, and getting all that, all the potted plants, all of our flowers planted, I was like, honestly, it's kind of, I could probably, you know, like wrap it up for the day. However, I still ended up getting all of the bird feeders all refilled. So like they weren't completely empty, except for one in the back, but the suet feeders were. So I just ended up kind of refilling everything, and making sure too, because like sometimes the seed will kind of get stuck in some of them, especially the like, what's it called, so like the squirrel proof ones, because of the way it kind of like flows through like the feeder, and so sometimes they'll kind of get like stuck in there, and so I just sometimes have to like shake it back out, and sometimes then I'll just do that if I'm like, oh, it's partially empty, you know, I'll just dump it and then refill it with the new stuff. I'll kind of shake up the old stuff so that it, you know, like isn't stuck in any place anymore. So I filled up all of those. Then I also brought all the hummingbird feeders in and soaked them in the slop tub, so that I could, when I got out of the shower, which then I ended up taking a shower, I could clean them and refill them, which I did. So I got pretty much two of the kind of main things done that I wanted to. Again, too, the weeds in the garden bed can somewhat wait a little bit. I mean, they're not like, you know, doing any harm to anything, but like getting the vegetables in the vegetable garden bed is a little bit of a bigger thing. Also too, because it's a whole process as well. Like then, you know, once I finish that, then my dad can get the mulch and put the mulch down, but like we can't, you know, he couldn't do that if the seeds and plants aren't planted yet. So that got done. And then also too, my dad though, his big thing that he was kind of working on for today was he was edging the front flower bed, the one that I'm still working on that I didn't finish weeding, which took a lot of the problem away from me having to weed a lot of it out now, because the grass was creeping into the garden bed. And even though my dad found there was some edging fairly far down and fairly deep buried, it really wasn't doing anything. And to be quite honest, like I just don't like using that stuff. I like it always comes up, and there just seems like there's problems with it. So honestly, I don't like it. I would rather us just edge it every, you know, if we have to do it like maybe 2 or 3 times a year or something like that, you know, just kind of in the summertime or whatever. You know, and I don't even know if we have to do it that much. Like we redefined sort of the garden bed, that front one, when I kind of got into the whole gardening thing, probably like a little bit more in depth, probably about, I think it was like 2019 maybe, something like that. I don't think 2019, maybe 2018. I think maybe though it was 2017. Like because I almost want to say it was the same year that I ended up redoing my bedroom, but I really don't think that I did. I think I want to say it was the following year. So I think it was maybe 2018 was when I really got like in depth more into like gardening and stuff like that, and really cared about and paid attention to like, you know, like, I don't know, like landscaping, I guess, kind of more. Like I kind of, you know, like weed the flower garden or whatever every once in a while, but like now I think I pay attention to it a lot more, and I tend to it a lot more, like again, several times a year at least, whereas like I would maybe do it once per year, which is pretty bad. And like because my mom can't do it anymore, so like, you know, I've been pretty much doing it for her, where she used to be huge into like gardening and that kind of stuff. Again, she can't really do too much of that anymore. So, like I was saying, my dad though, he ended up getting all of that edged, which like I said, had probably been several years since we'd done it last. So there was a lot of grass that was getting into the bed. And, so now he actually dug up all the rocks, edged it, and put rocks back in where he sort of like edged it. So it looks really nice. Everything looks really nice because all the rocks are like popping and everything like that. However, our grass is so crispy, it looks so sad. It is like hay, it looks like out in the, you know, the lawn. It's just completely like yellow at this point, which is really sad because even though it rained 2 days ago and we watered it 2 days before that, I think, it like still just looks really, really pathetic. So, anyways, like I said, you know, that's the garden bed being edged though takes a lot out of me having to weed it because there was a lot of grass that was coming in. So once my dad re-edged it, I was like, okay, there's not, like, he pulled a lot of the grass out, so there wasn't as much coming around into the bed as there was. And so it, you know, like I said, is a remarkable difference, I guess. And then on top of that too, the you know, there's not that much that's in the bed because there's a lot of the plants are in there and they're fairly mature, so there's not a ton of stuff. A lot of it too is also dead stuff that we just didn't take out from last winter, or you know, last fall, I guess. And so it was stayed in the garden bed all winter long. We never pulled it out. And then finally, you know, I still haven't even really pulled all of it out, but I did get to some of that yesterday. So that got all done. Like I said, we ended up getting, you know, all of the stuff for a lot of, you know, most of the part kind of done. The other thing I did too was we had a couple stakes that were in the front that we used for Christmas lights. I think there's 5 of them. And so my idea was, since we're not using them this year, you know, well, we're not using them in the front over the summer for any Christmas lights, we moved them to the back. This was my idea last year and it didn't really end up working out because we never set it up. But we have little solar powered like little, like almost like fairy lights, but they're a little bit more like globe lights, a little bit bigger than like the little Christmas fairy light kind of things. But they're solar powered, and we have them on little hooks in our on our deck. We have 2 sets of them. One year, I don't know why, my mom ended up buying an extra set thinking that one of them was out. So we had an extra set, and the 2 that we have still work. They're still fine. So my idea was to put those stakes into the potted plants that are back behind our garage, and then put those little fairy lights, kind of, you know, globe lights, in those, on those stakes, because they're like designed to like hold like Christmas lights sort of on them, and we do them like along our pathway. So I saw it today. It looks super cute. It kind of just adds like that little bit of lighting in the back that's like permanently on at night just because of solar power. But so I actually secured that to the pole of the what's it called, like the fence post, and then put all that stuff in and did all of that. And then my dad, he also ended up finishing getting the curtains all hung up, which was also awesome. And my mom ended up going to the dollar store and found a bunch of really fun, really cute like deck decorations and like pillows and all kinds of stuff. So we have like the cutest little backyard deck space as well, and just kind of our backyard space just looks so cute too because of all the flowers that are in and back behind our garage too. And then with my mom's umbrella as well, it's just like the space is just really coming together. And like it's cool too because the deck now even feels like kind of an extension of the house. Like it just feels like an outdoor room, which is really cool. So like I said, I am really like loving, you know, the space out there right now. The only thing is kind of, again, with the back is that my dad does need to edge the garden beds in the back. I think that would make everything pop a lot more. But for the most part, all of the mulch is still back there. We probably have to remulch the front bed. I'm thinking maybe a bag or 2, but again, project for another time. But the back ones, like I said, I think that would be really cool once we also pull the rocks up and kind of resituate all that, because they look really nice right now, almost as good as the one that's in the front. But I think I just add and make it look a little bit better as well. The one in the front too doesn't look quite as good because all the mulch, I've pulled up so much of it because I pulled up so many weeds, so like it's not like very level, or like, you know, there's big patches of just like dirt now. So like I said, a lot of that needs to kind of be remulched. But, and I did a lot of that actually last year, a lot of the damage like to the mulch, I guess, sort of. But then on top of that too, my dad also, he edged the sidewalks outside with his like electric edger. He was using just like a handheld like edger, kind of is almost like a shovel kind of thing for the garden bed, but then for the sidewalks he ended up using his electric one and got that all done, which it looks also really nice. So like the lawn is defined and looks really nice against the sidewalk. It's all, like I said, very crispy right now. So anyways, that was all of our projects. Like I said, we got a bunch of stuff done between the last 2 days, and we still have another day left in the weekend. We got a lot of stuff done. The one big thing, like I said, is that we need to go to Menards, get a handful of other things, because I still have a couple pots of like planters. They have plants for, but I don't have dirt, and so I need some of that. And then also to my dad needs to hang up the bistro lights and also those other little fairy lights. Those aren't up on the deck yet. And then once that's done, then we'll have an even more kind of, you know, finished off kind of deck also, which is really cool. My mom also found some of these really cool little lanterns at the dollar store, which were also solar powered, and like we were actually out there tonight, and it's like the perfect kind of amount of just like a little bit of lighting. But I think once those fairy lights kind of are up there as well, that'll be like another nice little added kind of like extra light, and all of it's solar powered too. So it's just, like I said, kind of that, it's almost like candle lights kind of, which is really cool, you know, for outside. And so it just kind of, like I said, it's nothing that we have to turn on, so it's just always like that. So if we want to just go in the backyard at any point, we don't have to be like, oh, I got to turn the switch on and, you know, plug in the lights or whatever. It's just like they're always on at night. So like Jack takes the dogs out, he just sits out on the back porch, and like I said, the lights are all really nice looking out there as well. So, and the porch too looks really nice. My mom had a rug that I think she bought last year, she put on the deck. It's all like this nice blue colored and everything, and we actually had a couple blue potted plants as well. So like I said, there's just a lot of like the color combination too just looks really nice out there. I really like it. But I'll share that with you guys possibly in tomorrow's vlog. I kind of want to have everything like done before I show you guys, so you know, with the lights hung up and all that stuff. So anyways, I will get back to that, like I said, and share with you guys at some point. But I need to go and brush my teeth and get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all very soon. Shiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.